It's our time, you better recognize. My lyrics bring the house down when a record lies. I keep moving, I can prove it. Let me show you how I do this. Can't refute it, I ain't losing. This flow is undisputed. Boom.
Work is done. Let's friggin' go have some fun with the family. Maybe eat some beef jerky along the way. Hello and welcome back to an all-new episode of Brian's Jerky Journey. This is episode 18. I'm your host and the place to be, the notorious Brian G. Bri, the jerky guy, that jerky guy, Bri. Anyway. Saturday afternoon after Christmas. Hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas. And if you had some time off, hope you had an enjoyable couple of days away. I know for me, I took the day after Christmas off. But this time of year is actually, freshly for me, probably one of the busiest times of the year. I would probably say probably end of October through the end of beginning of January for me is probably the busiest. As I've mentioned before, my primary job functions in the e-commerce area. As it relates to retail. Traditional catalog, now e-commerce websites. So pretty much end of pretty much Halloween through Thanksgiving with Black Friday, Cyber Monday, through like the third week of December is fairly busy, both on the sales side and then on the reporting end right now, which is what I'm dealing with. So it's been pretty hectic. So I was able to muster up a day this week, whereas my kids were off this week for school vacation and my wife took the week off. So, but it was nice. Got a lot of great gifts. I normally don't really like as much as people might think it's the case, but I'm not really one for the receiving side. I always tend to enjoy giving more than receiving, and I mean that's the whole spirit of Christmas is the thought of giving. And I was very pleased with what I gave, but I was pleasantly surprised in terms of what I received back. So, as you can see above my head, I have the infamous, for those of you outside of New England non-Patriots fans, the infamous TB12, Tom Brady 12 hat. And I've been wanting to get this hat for a couple of years, and my brother-in-law got it for me. So thanks to him for that. Got this really nice scarf. It's like a gray Irish sweater knit scarf from my brother, my twin brother, and a bunch of other stuff as well. Some of which actually was jerky related. So I actually documented quite a bit of the items that I've gotten. So I've gotten some stuff from. So actually, just to recap real quick, Monday before Christmas, I received samples in the mail from Crazy Mike's Jerky and Jackie Jerky. My apologies if I'm saying it wrong. Jackie Jerky, I believe it's what it's called. I'll reiterate in the description, but I have actually disclosed it early in the week. So I got a couple samples from a couple big vendors. Christmas Day, I received jerky from my twin, in addition to the scarf, from Vermont Jerky Company. Their maple teriyaki and their jalapeno lime. Actually got 2 4-packs of that. And then my wife, is one of my big gifts, got me what's known as man crates. If you've heard of them before, they're basically boxes, these really nice crate boxes that they give you, basically like a prier tool to pull the top off, and you can custom fill it with various items. And she got me 2 of them, one of which was a bunch of really cool customizable drinkware, a ice mold, a nice sphere mold. So basically, if you ever get a drink and you see that big ball of ice, this is a mold that you can use to create it. And then she got me a wide variety of jerky. It's called the Jerky Crate. And it's basically a wide variety of different types of jerky from multiple vendors, both on the original and the exotic side. So I have all that photographed, and I'm planning to send that out, but it's a fairly lengthy post because there are a lot of people that I want to tag on this as well. So, but it's a jerky crate from Man Crates. So I got that. So I have a ton of stuff, and basically all the stuff that I've gotten prior to that, it wasn't starting to fit in the bag that I got from Charleston House of Jerky. So I actually had to whip out my beef jerky outlet tote bag that I got. I have a couple of them. One I use actually in my gym bag for my my gym essentials that I keep, like my loose gym essentials I want to keep in the bag. And then I use my second one to actually hold the jerky that I have to sample. So I have a bunch of jerky that I need to sample in the coming weeks. In the meantime, like I said, Saturday after Christmas, I'm out running some errands. I actually ran over to, I'm in Burlington, Massachusetts, which is nearby where my son's playgroup is. If people are familiar with Burlington, it's not familiar with Burlington. It's about 15, 20 minutes northwest of Boston. It's a really popular spot on the tech side. So a lot of tech businesses are here. There's a lot of really good retail and restaurant shops in this area. It's a good alternative to working in the city because it's right off the highway and there's a ton of parking around here. So I've actually worked in Burlington before. Wouldn't mind working around here again down the road, but we'll see about that. But I went over to LL Bean because I got a shirt, some LL Bean stuff from my parents, and one of my shirts was it was an XL, which is my current size, but it was a slim fit, so it was a little snug. And I went in there with my younger son and walked in there, and I probably was in there for less than 15 seconds because the minute I walked in there, the line was out the door. Pretty much, I would say 60 to 75 people deep, waiting. I don't know if they were exchanging, returning, or buying, but they did have a 50% sale going on. It was packed. I literally turned around and walked out. So food for thought. If you're going to ever go to these stores after Christmas, probably try to go like around early morning or lunchtime on a weekday when maybe it isn't as crazy. But anyway, so I went out and bought another piece of jerky. I shouldn't have done it because I have all this other jerky to do, especially the Wicked Cut stuff. But I went and I bought this jerky. I've seen it before. I actually tried I got it before and was trying to, wanted to review it, but then one of my kids wanted it and actually ate it before I had a chance to review it. So this is called Damn Good Beef Jerky. So I've gotten this basically like any gas station convenience stores. This is the teriyaki, and basically they just tout saying they're 19 grams of protein, primarily because it's a 1.6 ounce package. So it's really a serving and a half, but they say for this container it's one serving. So the 19 grams of serving on a 1.6 ounce package is probably more like 9 to 10 grams. So that's kind of the standard 1 ounce size serving of protein. So, and this is actually a fairly inexpensive package. This is only $3.99, but it's made in the USA, low fat, 19 grams protein. That's touting the high protein, no nitrates, and no MSG added. Any other packaging on there, it's pretty much blank here, but all the nutritional content is right here, so I'll read that off. So like I said, 1.6 ounce package, serving size is one package. So it's 140 calories with 15 calories from fat, 2 grams of fat, no saturated or trans fats, 31 milligrams of cholesterol, 850 milligrams of sodium, 13 grams of carbs, no dietary fiber, 11 grams of sugar, and 19 grams of protein. So when you read the content, it looks fairly high for 1 ounce for a one serving package, but it is basically 60% more. It's 1.6 ounces versus your standard 1 ounce. So if you kind of take that information and do it on a 1 ounce side, it's not that bad. But because it's 1.6 ounces, it's a bigger package, so the content's higher. So let's dig into this. Texture and tenderness and initial scent. So I actually tore it. I tore it as I could. Actually, I should. But if you can see here, it's still sealed. So epic fail there. So let's see. Put a little bit more effort in this. This jerky. Oh, there we go. Okay. So initial scent is good. So this feels very dry. And tearing it feels forced. So what I mean by that is, as I'm tearing it and it's coming off, it's not like fairly difficult to take off, but as you're taking it off, if you can see it, it's very dry. So tenderness and texture doesn't really feel tender. The texture is solid, but it's not a good solid, I think, because it's dry, more dry. So that's why the texture is a little more firm. So I'm going to give this a 2 for tenderness and texture. But initial scent, it smelled fairly good. So let's smell it a little further. Let's Smell that. What do you think about that? Right there. So, initial scent is not that bad. Makes up for the dryness and the tenderness and the texture. So I'm going to give this a 4 for scent and smell. And so let's translate this. After we've looked at the tenderness, texture, got the initial scent, and then we got the smell. See how it chews and tastes in the end. So it's okay. It's definitely more chewy because it tastes drier. Kind of lends back to the tenderness and texture. So, but the taste isn't that bad. And I think maybe because it's a little drier and you got to chew it longer, it'll take you longer to eat it. That's not necessarily a bad thing. This is probably a very good, probably why stores that I've seen this at have been more stores close to the highway. Those long road trips that people take, in which beef jerky is a popular option. This would probably be a good option to use for those long journeys. But in the case of actually looking at the actual taste of itself, I'm going to give this a 3 for taste. So I will document that up and put it in the description line. But it's definitely going to be it's easily less than a 4, probably no higher than a 3 overall. But I'll have that information for you in the description and the title. But like I said, it's not that bad. I'm just going to put it back in the bag for now, because I'm going to head out in a little bit. But it's not that bad. So that'll do it for this episode 18 of Brian's Jerky Journey, reviewing Damn Good Beef Jerky, or it looks like Dan G right now, after I had to put a little bit more effort into tearing that. Upcoming episodes, I'm going to actually, the Wicked Cuts thing has to happen soon. And I really was contemplating just kind of suspending these videos until I have that set and the panel discussion done there. And then once that's done, I'm going to start going through all the jerky that I've gotten in the past couple weeks. And then jerky that I'm also going to be receiving in the next couple weeks, because I've heard back from about a dozen other vendors that are going to be sending me stuff. So, but in the meantime, like this video, leave a comment down below, subscribe to this channel, to watch past and future episodes, especially those upcoming episodes on the jerky that I've received thus far. You can take a look at my, like and follow my Instagram page at Brian Jerky Journey, where I'll actually have that update in terms of all the product that I received that I'm going to be reviewing. But you can also like me on my Facebook page at Brian's Jerky Journey, and follow me on Twitter at BG Jerky Journey as well. So I'll do it for special episode 18 of Brian's Jerky Journey. Hope you enjoy the journey with me, and you'll join me on the next one. Thanks.
Thank you for watching Brian's Jerky Journey. If you don't like jerky, you suck.